Hey guys, Czar here. Good morning to you. Happy Monday. Trust you had an amazing weekend. It is September 9th, Monday, start of a new week. Kind of coming into towards mid-September here. You'll notice I have the two sisters, NASDAQ and S&P up here. No longer have the Dow. Used to be the three sisters. Last week I moved to just two, just to really streamline and consolidate things for my followers and for traders who are trying to learn the Razor's Edge NASDAQ trading model. And so it'll just be the NASDAQ S&P. NASDAQ is my instrument of choice for the actual trade, looking for things like synchronicity, correlation, divergence, alignment, misalignment, things of that nature. You'll notice that I repeat the same things every day. I try to bore the crap out of you as much as I can because I think that mastering a single defined process, including things you say, think, and do, is a very important thing when it comes to short-term trading in particular. Get a bit more leeway in swing and position trading, but I think you get the idea. We are opening here in a couple of minutes, guys. It's 9:28 and 20 seconds, about a minute and a half or so. We will open here and put in a 1 minute open range, which will move out to the right, and then we will be following that. At least I'll be following that for the morning, and then be done my trading probably by 11:30, maybe as late as 12 noon, if at all, and really focusing on the optimal trading window. Here's the daily frame, guys. I always like to look at the daily frame, the NASDAQ and the S&P again, side by side. NASDAQ on the left, you'll see that we have an inside day here for the futures contract that opened up at 6 p.m. last night. That's Sunday evening, and now it's almost 9:30 a.m. the following day. Inside candle, meaning that the high is lower than Friday's high and the low is higher than Friday's low. That's also the case here on the S&P. So we have inside days on both, but bullish bodies for now, meaning that prices are driving up for the time being, at least moving up, and really trying to tag the high for the futures trading session here. So we'll see how that goes as we enter the open here in about 15 seconds. I'll take you back to the two sisters again, NASDAQ and S&P. They are above VWAP, the volume weighted average price. Again, that's for the future session that began way back here at 6 p.m. And then there's the Asian session, and this of course is part of the UK or European session. We are now open. You can ignore that diagonal line there. That'll fix itself after the 1 minute candle is done, and then I will bring you back and we'll talk about price action here on this meandering and manic Monday. And that's because most Mondays are manic in some way, shape, or form, but we'll see if today holds to that or not. Bring you back in a moment. All right, guys, we're back now on my power grid or my trading grid with the daily chart left-hand side, top 30-minute chart bottom left, and then the 1 minute chart, sometimes a 30-second chart here on the right-hand side, the lowest time frame where I execute my trades, but always massively considering what's happening here on the higher time frames, namely the 30-minute and the daily for the big picture frame. There's that inside candle I mentioned with a bullish body. Inside candle by definition is range bound inside of the range that was done on the prior day, right? In this case on Friday. And that was a pretty wide ranging candle, and so there's lots of movement here, so you can consider this an up day, but my model permits me to go long or short on an inside day. In fact, I can go long and short for any reason, but I like to see a concerted effort amongst the different time frames looking for agreement and things of that nature. You'll see that we have a clean traffic range here, a minor zone only from the UK session, guys. Very, very recent zone. I'm not worried about that one given the clean traffic above. In fact, I'm dropping down to the 30-second chart right now as we speak. I'm going to watch this price action. I'm watching the two sisters on a different monitor, of course, as always. Shouldn't say of course, but I am in fact doing that. I'm going to let this first break play out here and not jump all over it. Despite the clean traffic, there is reason to believe that this thing's going to go higher directly, but I'm not jumping on it yet. Going to be patient here, guys. S&P is also above the open range now. I'm going to zoom in a lot closer here so we can watch this happen together. Alignment more or less amongst the two. Be a case for entering long here, guys. I'm just going to get a marker ready here. This is not an order. It's not a live order. I'll let you know if and when I go live. And wait for this 30-second candle to close, which is just done. Buy stop order, guys, right there. Right there, stop below. And I'm in. I am long, guys. That was a pretty sudden entry, and I'm going to show you why in a moment. Looking for 1 hour here. Back to the 1 minute chart for a moment. Bring you back here for a moment, guys. In the pre-market, I sent zones to my group. This zone was not there, and so I didn't send it, but now it's in place. So you can see that we have had, even though we have a fairly extended kind of a slow grind up here through Asia and the UK, we had this nice orderly pullback right in the pre-market, so giving us a more resourceful structure, if you will, for another move higher, certainly on the massive volumes that come in here on the open of any day of the week, and certainly on the opening of a new week on Monday. You can see that now we've had a break and a retest of the open range, more or less. Doesn't have to tag that line exactly, but we have this nice positive moving average configuration, 9 above the 21, both EMAs rising, bullish daily body inside, in other words, not breaking a prior day's low, which would be a very bearish sign. All right, guys, we're back here, and it's been quite a grind here this morning. Actually rallied a little bit here and then pulled all the way back to below my entry, and then rallied again, pulled back all the way to just below my entry, but can't seem to even close beyond. If I get another break of this high here into like the 3/4 of the way to target, I'm probably going to move to break even, just protect this thing. We'll see how we do. All right, guys, we're back. Moving stop to break even. I may not even need to, but I am doing it now. So my stop is at break even, right there to lock in a sure thing here, or at least a no lose trade. And now one more push for the promised land, and we did it. Bit of a grind on this one, and that's typical for Monday, so a little bit of extra patience, as you probably noticed on all my videos, nearly 1,000 of them there. That's what I'll typically do, is allow things to play out a little bit here on Monday. So why did I take this long? Give me 1 second, guys. Just wanted to capture an image there. Why did I take this long? Well, inside day, but bullish body on the daily, and that means permissive to both longs and shorts, but bullish bias going into the open when the massive volume comes in. On the 30-minute, this lovely clean sell down, extended move down on Friday, right? That's the prior day. Today's Monday. And then this break above here where I entered is actually a break into this clean traffic zone with a tiny target on the 30-minute chart, but a significant target of 55.5 points here on the 1 minute chart. 9 above the 21, rising EMAs above the open range, and the list goes on and on. Support from the ES, which is the S&P 500, and so on and so forth. Everything is aligned. Toss the coin, grinding, choppy, spaghetti, if you will, given that it's Monday, but it still worked out and took us to the promised land. Have an amazing day. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you.